Hello my students and scientists, I'm your fabulous host Duncan Hoover. I'm making this video, which I'll explain in a moment, and I hope you've all had a fantastic Christmas Day, New Year's. For me, by the time this video hopefully goes out, I will have had a fantastic Christmas, New Year's, and of course my birthday, because it falls in between both Christmas and New Year's. Hope you guys had a lot of fun, hope you guys got some awesome presents, and let's get on to today's video. This is the 10 bots I managed to acquire throughout the year of 2023. I'm going to be honest though, 2023 was a shit year for me. Not bots wise, because I not only managed to cross off several things from my bucket list and holy grail list, but I also acquired stuff that I never had as a kid, that I really wanted as a kid, and other things that I managed to get. But unfortunately, there's a lot of negativity that happened this year, and I really am not happy about it. But hopefully with 2024 coming around, it's a much better year. So let's start off with the 10 bots we've got at number 10, which is Transformers Legacy Titan Class Cybertron Universe Metroplex. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, this was one of the few figures I actually said I wanted to get when they announced it, because I'd reviewed the original toy. While I do need to eventually acquire a DNA kit, upgrade kit for this figure, as well as some of the other figures I'll mention throughout this video, such as Beast Wars, Megatron, Transformers Kingdom, Megatron, Primal, Dinobot, Cheetor, and I'll probably give the Black Arachnia and Scorponok to my mate Blaze. This was one of the figures I wanted to get. Now, unfortunately for me, I had to wait till this guy was on clearance. As you see, New Zealand kind of is very expensive. And Metroplex here, if I had brought him brand new, was $400. Yeah, $359. But the store I brought him from had reduced the price down to $180, and I was able to finally pick up my first Titan class and my largest figure to date, even beating Studio Series Devastator, Transformers Titans Return Trypticon, and even Power of the Prime's Predaking over there. He is a gorgeous figure, very heavy, and as I said, an upper arm workout. Just going to move the Titan over here, and we'll get on to number 9. Number 9, Power of the Primes, and now I have to lower the camera down because he's a lot shorter. Predaking! This was another bucket list character I wanted to get my hands on, as I really do love the idea of Predaking. Now, this is also a bit of a, just a tiny little bit of a flex to Blazon Gaming, mainly because Blazon Gaming has the power of, has both the Voyager class and the Titan Commander, or Leader class, Transformers Prime Predaking. But I gotta be honest, this is just so much more better. Not saying that the character wasn't well done in Transformers Prime, but anyway, I'm not here to talk about this. So Power of the Primes was the final addition into the Prime Wars trilogy, in which we saw not only the Dinobots get a transformation, but the Predacons return too. Now, unfortunately, because Machinima was shit, you can no longer see the Prime Wars trilogy unless you find one of the very rare Blu-ray DVDs out in the wild. And I did say in the review I wasn't really happy with how Predaking came out. I think the one thing I've got to be honest is that all 3 modes, minus the robot mode, the combiner mode, suffered, because the animal modes suffered quite a bit. The robot modes had very little articulation in the way they could, but in combined mode they look amazing, and not only that, but I will be getting the upgrade kit for him when I can inevitably afford it. So yes, I was really happy, and unfortunately, when I was buying or paying off Power of the Prime's Predaking, the seller who I brought it off was also selling Combiner Wars Devastator, and unfortunately, the person who brought it immediately turned around and decided to do scalper method that has seen him be, well, blacklisted. And the seller has asked that I do not pass this on for quite some time, and I'm not going to. Number 8. Transformers Legacy. I lie. Transformers. Oh my lord. 1 second. Ooh. Sorry about that. Camera sounds fighting back. Transformers Hasbro crossover Republic clone tank. So this one I picked up at one of the few geek markets that I went to this year. Unfortunately, the very big geek market didn't happen this year because the venue that they did it in was being sold and had the original business shut down. But I managed to pick this up when I was over in Littleton, as I often have a geek market at the beginning of the year run by a very awesome shop, Dead Video. And if you're in Christchurch, do go support them. They have a lot of really good stuff. One of the things I ended up getting was this Republic era clone tank. Now I do have a video in mind for this, but I have to get around to doing it. I absolutely love this figure. He is a bit kibbly. You know, he is a bit awkward. He's a bit weird looking, but at the end of the day, he is a gorgeous figure. I do love the Republic emblems and stuff on it. And yep, he's number 8. Number 7, Transformers Cybertron Scattershot. One of the few figures I've been looking from the Cybertron line, Scattershot here, was actually part of a trade I did this year. The person who I got him from was looking for a bunch of Transformer parts from the Unicron trilogy, which I just so happened to have. As a result, one of the figures I wanted from him was this complete Scattershot. Now, he does come with the Cyberplanic kit, and this will do what it does in there, and of course he does have the push missiles. Other than that, there's not really much more to say about it. I absolutely love Scattershot, especially in that, and I will hopefully eventually track down his Red Alert and, of course, Hotshot's, well, upgraded forms, the Cybertron Defense Force. Oops. And I do hope we get an update of all 3 of them in the Legacy line. I mean, we'll get to that. Number 6. Transformers Legacy Velocitron 500 Road Hauler. Holy jamoly. You want to talk about obscure characters with a following? Road Hauler. Appearing in the very first episode of Transformers G1, he wasn't actually meant to be there. You see, he was just there. Which kind of led to a bit of a problem because, oh dang, we're not allowed to have this. Road Hauler was unfortunately written out of the cartoon quite early on, and didn't return, even in other media. He'd have a few fleeting appearances, including with the other Autobot constructor, Erector. Don't be grubby. But yes, with the Earthrise grapple mold coming out in the Earthrise toy line, I was really hoping that they would do a Road Hauler, and they did, in the Velocitron 500 line. Alongside several other characters like Cosmos and Scourge. Really, really do love this figure. He is really quite glad. I'm quite glad I eventually did track one down for him. And I'm really, really happy to have him. Up next are not actually Transformer robots in disguise. They're actually 2 things. The first up is this knockoff Eraser. Yes, this is RID 015 Optimus Prime as Eraser. Now, this is a fake. It's a knockoff, as I said. It's a Hero Super Robot, and I loved it. They have a Bumblebee of this one, of this one, but I'm gonna have to get him. But the other one is the Transformers Fortnite pack, as well as, of course, the Primal skin and Optimus Prime that we got in the Battle Pass. So for those of you who are under a rock, Transformers finally bit the bullet and did a collaboration with Fortnite. This is the one that gave us Megatron, Bumblebee, and of course the Fortnite Battle Bus. But the other skins that we could get are Optimus Prime from a Battle Pass. Sorry, you're not going to be able to get Prime unless they put them on sale again. And Primal, who was released as a tie-in for the Rise of the Beasts movie. Of course, you do get some very nice items for them. You do get 2 icons and some in-game currency. And that was really, really fun to pick up and play. And I do use the skins actually quite a bit. Number 4 are another 2. These next ones, all the way up to 1, are going to be 2. So these were a very interesting find in my local shop. They are, you push them and they transform. We have Starscream from Revenge of the Fallen, because he's got that, and Optimus Prime. As I said, these were interesting finds, as I wasn't expecting to find them when I went to the second-hand shop. there. They're little, one-step formers. You hit this button here and they go between robot and vehicle and robot line. And of course, $2 a piece. I wasn't going to say no, and I do quite like having them because Dorito Starscream amuses me. Number 3, forewarning. Yeah, if it's a forewarning, it is of course the Firebird toys, Niece, and Mocha. Or that's Mocha. 1 second. Yep. These were one of the few third-party Transformer figures I got that I actually was very uncomfortable with. As you can see, they are an over-sexualized design of RC. Now, I have actually done some further research into this, and not only have they done RC, but also Elite 1, and I think Nightbird have also got figures in this line. Yes, by the way, before anybody claims they are posed like the Russian ballerinas from Atomic Heart. Good game, by the way. And I said in the review, these are figures you would have in your own personal collection, i.e. not on display because you don't want your family, your kids finding them. Whilst they do have some good parts to them, and I do like the color design on them, I've got to be honest, these two were the most risky characters I got this year. So what is that, number 2? For the final group 1, it's the Legacy, both Evolutions, and of course, Standard Wave, Transformers, Armada Universe characters. Oh, yeah. Yes. That's right, Prime. That's right. For those of you who are very much unaware, the Legacy Wave not only gave us Cybertron with Metroplex, but in the main wave, Starscream in Wave 2, and then in the Evolutions line, Hotshot, Megatron, and of course Optimus Prime. I love all 3 of these figures, all 4 of these figures, because they are the biggest part of, my childhood. I grew up with Armada, that was my G1, and I love the fact that, David Kay and Gary Chalk did come back to reprise their roles as Megatron and Optimus Prime. So what is at number 1? Well, he's a very special man. You see, he comes from a universe which we don't really talk about that much. He comes from a universe in which a certain Pepsi-coloured man exists. At number 1, Pepsi Convoy. That's right, this year I managed to find and secure myself a Pepsi Convoy, and I am absolutely happy that I have gotten this figure. This die-cast G1 Optimus Prime was a tie-in with, of course, not only Pepsi Man, as he's just along the same wall with him, but also the fact that he was tied in with Kiss Players, a series that not really many people would like to dwell on. And the only real difference, apart from the Pepsi attire, is of course his trailer, which can hold a 600ml bottle, in this case, or a 500ml bottle of Pepsi, which I absolutely love, and frankly am really quite glad to have. So, those were the 10 bots that I managed to get throughout this year. From Cybertron to Power of the Primes to Armada to G1. These have been some of the best. I'm going to be honest, this year has been very heavily with the bots. Next year, I'm probably going to tone it down a little bit. At least they do the Toxic Evolution line, in which I do want to try to pick up a Toxitron, as well as G2 Grimlock. If not, try to get a G1 Grimlock as well. But anyway, I've been Duncan Hoover. I hope you have had a fantastic 2023. Definitely, hopefully, a lot better than mine has. And I'll see you in the new year. And by the time this video will probably be after New Year's. This is Duncan Hoover signing out, and I hope you have a fantastic time. I'll catch you next time. Bye!